now let's go deep into about the key point today, CCIE EI lab demo explanation. So how many of you want to know about this? Please type lab demo in the comment room. Okay, so everyone who wants to know about CCIE EI lab demo, you can type the lab demo in the comment room and I will introduce in detail. Okay, so friends can interact with us, and the more people comment, the more information I can share with you. Okay, so if you want to know the CCIE EI lab demo explanation, you can type lab demo and I will share the more information with others. Okay. Yeah, I can't see anyone's comment. If you don't want to know the CCIE EI lab demo, okay, I think most of friends want to know the CCIE EI lab demo, right? Okay, so you can, if you want to know the CCIE EI lab demo, you can interact with me, and the more comment, reply, and the more information I can share with others. Okay, so today we will introduce the OSPF, the application and principle of OSPF in the EI lab exam to explain to you. Okay, so this is the complete EI lab topology diagram, which is mainly configured from routing, switching, SDN and SD1 and programming, and this part belongs to HQ category, and this module belongs to the DC category, and the module on the right belongs to the IAS, and the SP1 and SP2 are connected, and the corresponding 4 branches are belong the SP. So among them, this module is mainly the routing and the switching part, which first realize the whole network communication, including OSPF, EIGRP, MPLS, BGP, DMVPN, and other technologies. And this module is about the SDN and SD1 technology, mainly manages and configure the equipment of the local area network and the wide area network in a unified manner, including fabric, underlay, list, multiple site, and the controller role, and so on. The right part is our programming. Programming is relatively simple for SPOTO students. So in this topology, OSPF is mainly used in HQ, DC, and branch 1, branch 2, including OSPF neighbor establishment, passive interface, and prefix separation. So let's first look at the OSPF adjacency establishment process. If the two routers establish the OSPF neighbors, when the OSPF router interface is up, it will sending the hello packet, but hasn't received any hello packets, so it is in the down state at this time. But if the device is in NBMA mode, the device will enter the attempt state. So when the OSPF router interface receives the hello packet, router B will add the router ID of the sender of the hello packet to its neighbor list and enter the initial state. For example, when the router B receives the hello packet from the router A, it will add the router A's to router B's neighbor. Okay, so when the OSPF router interface receives the hello packet containing its own router ID, RID, it's about router A, it will enter the two-way state and forms the neighbor relationship. So after entering the two-way state, it will confirm whether to conduct the desired router DR election according to the link of different network types. P2P, point-to-point types don't have this process. So have you anyone knows this knowledge about OSPF? If you know the OSPF adjacency establishment process, you can interact with me. Okay, so after the DR election is completed or the DR election is skipped, the OSPF adjacency relationship is established and the start state is entered. The DBD exchange master and slave router are elected, and the DBD sequence member is defined by the master router, and the router with the large router ID is the master router. The purpose is to solve the reliability of DBD itself. So, speaking of this, I would like to share with you a question. In the EI lab, the router's log, it shows that the OSPF neighbor state has been stuck in its start state. You can see this is about the device log. So, what could be the problem if the device stays in its start state? Does anyone know the answer? Who know the answer can reply it. If you don't know the answer, you can reply 0 in the comment room. Okay, so have you anyone know why the device switch 2 or 0 is in its start state? Have anyone know the reason why? Okay, so does anyone know the answer? If you know the answer, you can reply or you can comment below. If you don't know the answer, you can reply 0 in the comment area, because this question is about the CCIE lab exam. Okay, so have you anyone know the answer? Okay, so it seems like no one know the answer. Okay, so I want to ask. Okay, so everyone know the answer. Don't know the answer. Why the device is in the start state? Okay, so maybe okay, yeah, that's right. My God, you guys are very excellent. Yes, that's right. Good job. You are very excellent. Yes, it is the MTU problem. So there is a configuration in OSPF that need to be modified the MTU. So this problem is about the CCIE lab CCIE exam. So you can solve the problem by yourself. Good, right? Well done. Okay, so these are the details of the OSPF, and some other details can directly refer to SPOTO EI lab solution. Okay, yes. So maybe someone don't know the answer. If you don't know the answer, you can refer to our SPOTO CCIE lab solution from SPOTO. Okay, so because this knowledge we should master list. Okay, so let me continue with this adjacency process. So after the master and the slave router election is completed, it will enter the exchange stage to switch DBD information. So after the DBD exchange is completed, the device will enter the loading state. It will compare the link state database LSDB with the LSA header of the received DBD and found that there is no LSA in the database. So the device will send the LSR and request the LSA from the neighbor. After the neighbor receives the LSR, it will respond LSU. So when the device receives the LSU from neighbors, it will save this LSA in their own link database and send the LSACK confirmation. So after the LSA exchange is completed, it will enter the full state, and all OSPF routers that phone's neighbor have the same link database. At the same time, the device will send hello packet regularly to maintain neighbor relationship. So, good job. Okay, so thank you everyone's reply. I feel very excited. So I have also summarized the OSPF adjacency process for you. You can read the process introduction for yourself. I don't need to repeat it. So the above is about the principle of OSPF adjacency establishment process. There is a lot of knowledge about OSPF because the live broadcast time is limited today, so you can directly learn the EI Lab solution of SPOTO. So if you want to know more about OSPF or know more about knowledge about the CCIE EI Lab, you can directly learn the CCIE EI Lab solution from SPOTO. So okay, so if you want to, you can contact us. So next part, we will introduce the relevant requirement of SPOTO in EI Lab. So let's read it. Okay. So the CCIE EI Lab exam requires students to complete and correct the OSPF configuration on the switch 101, 102, and 201, 202 according to this requirement. Switch 101, 102 is in HQ 101 and 102. This part DC switch 102. 201, 202, and first, it is required us to enable OSPF v2 on the redundant interconnection between the DC and HQ. And you should make site that OSPF establish adjacency on this interconnection and exchange routing information between DC and HQ category. Okay, second, you must protect the authenticity and integrity of the OSPF v2 session on the redundant interconnection between HQ and DC. So this part requires us to configure authentication, and this part is require us to establish OSPF neighbor. And thirdly is about improve the detection of unreachable OSPF v2 neighbors on the redundant interconnection between DC and HQ, so that OSPF can detect the dose of a neighbor within 300 milliseconds. It is not allowed to modify OSPF timer to accomplish this requirement. So I want to ask friends, do you know this requirement? We should use which knowledge to solve this part? This requirement, we should use which knowledge to solve this requirement? Do you know? Have you anyone know it? If you don't know the answer, you can reply 0, comment. Okay, you can comment 0. Okay, so do you know this requirement? This requirement, we should use which technology to solve? It seems like no one knows the answer. Okay, I will introduce it. It requires us to use the BFD technology to check its connectivity. Okay, yes, okay. If you don't know the answer, I will introduce it. Okay, thank you, your list friends to reply it. Thank you. Yes. So, okay, so let's see the related command. These are some of the configuration commands briefly summarized for you, including OSPF interface network segment direction. The first command is about define which interface will participate in OSPF, and second command is about we can declare under the interface, and this part is about authentication, because the second requirement requires us to configure the authentication, and this module is about virtual link, because you can see this requirement. CCIE EI lab exam requires us to configure HQ belong to area 1 and the DC belong to area 0. So we need to configure the virtual link so that we can achieve the connection between HQ and the DC category. So this command is about some command to check the effect. Okay, so